If you had no past and the rules of this world no longer applied, what would you create? Welcome to Creating Beyond Reality, where your business is your life is your business, and you are the valuable product. The world is changing, my friends, and ease, joy, and glory are available more than ever before. My name is Heather Nichols, and I am so happy you're here. Okay, so welcome to Creating Beyond Reality podcast. We're going to be playing today with the topic of being unstereotypically festive, creating holidays that work for you. We've just made, if you're just listening to the audio, we've just, we're on a break from SOP. I love it, Nirmada. So we've just, on Facebook Live, we've made a cranberry sage sour, which is so good. I really wish I could just share it with all of you. Very good. And I want to talk about, the holidays are such an interesting time. Some people really love them. Some people really hate them. Some people have mixed feelings about them. But either way, you sort of can't avoid the holidays. There's stuff going on right now in the world. And even if you're like, I don't do holidays, I don't celebrate holidays, whatever, there's a lot happening around us, and we're all very psychic, and we pick up on all kinds of things, and we thank you, Heather. And we we're aware beings, and we're aware of what's going on in the world. So when there's people in the world that are like miserable, having a hard time, feeling like feelings are like at an all-time high this time of year, people feeling like lonely or, disappointed or struggling. I mean, there's just, or like family stuff or just high expectations, that happens a lot. Like with my kids, like when they were little, they used to have these really high expectations, and then sort of Christmas would come and it would be sort of like, because, expectations are a setup for disappointment. So it's a charged time of year. And, people expect you to, come and spend time with them. And, there's all these things that people expect this time of year of us. And most of us have to be around people a little bit more than we normally are, and be around people perhaps that you don't want to be around. And so it's a deal, And there's also things that occur, I would say. So to me, this topic it's very overarching, because there's also a lot of body stuff that goes on. There's a lot of food and a lot of desserts and treats and this and that. And there's all this stuff with bodies that happens this time of year. And then there's all this stuff with, like people's businesses get kind of weird. And so it's like, So for me, one of the things I love to do at this time of year is really turn up the creation. Actually create more than more than I do. I mean, I just love creating a lot, but one thing that keeps me happy is creating and just continuing to create no matter what. Doesn't matter what anybody chooses. Doesn't matter if anybody's coming with me. Doesn't matter if anybody's doing anything. I'm creating, because that is actually what keeps me happy and keeps me sane. So I'm just going to have a little drink. And the thing about being unstereotypically festive, this is a kind of a new conversation, or just a current conversation in Access Consciousness, this thing about stereotypical. Gary Douglas, the founder of Access, just did a telecall on this a few weeks ago, I think it was. And what is stereotypical anyway? Well, there's a lot of different things we can say about it, but in short, in brief, being stereotypical is basically, it's fitting in. It's fitting into this reality. And it's literally joining in with the cadence of reality, like the speed and the rhythm and the flow and how things work and how things move in this reality. So we have all these stereotypes of who we are. I'm a mom, I'm a businesswoman, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a daughter, I'm a partner, I'm a wife, I'm a whatever you are. I'm a husband, I'm a man, I'm a father. All these things. I'm a, whatever, like I do this for a living. I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor, I'm a, facilitator. And they're even within sort of more conscious conversations, it's like there's still a stereotype, which is basically just this sort of this cadence of reality that gets, oh my goodness, I need to adjust things here. Okay. This cadence of reality that gets put in place by this reality. And then in order for you to stay, stereotypically appropriate, in order for you to fit in, you have to start to match the cadence of the stereotypes of who you are and what you are. So if we look at that for the holidays, it's like, as the daughter of these people, or as the son of these people, or the mother of these people, or the wife of this person, or the husband of this person, or the employee of this person, or the employer of this person. Like, there's all these areas where we have to like match the expectations of people around us, how we're supposed to show up, the cadence, the movement, the rhythm, the speed, and the movement of things. And you don't get to move in your own way. You don't get to have your own sense of you and what you'd like to create. So if you look at the holidays, it's like, well, then you just have to do what everybody tells you you have to do, which is a part of why people oftentimes don't like the holidays, is because, well, I have to go here because my family expects this, and then I have to do that, and I have to do this and that and this and that. And next thing you know, you are nowhere to be found in the equation. So everything that is, can we please destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, puck, pod, shirts, boys, and meows. And if you don't know what I just said, that is the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. That is the delete button for all kinds of stuff. So, and if you want to find out more about it, you can go to theclearingstatement.com. How do you adjust yourself this time of year to fit into the stereotypical cadence of reality around you as all the different roles that you play? And then how do you get out of it too? Which is a big part of what I want to talk about today is not just that we do this, that we like slip into, I mean, we do this all year round, of course, but that we slip into this reality of impossibility and the reality of stereotype and the reality of where you don't exist and you don't get to exist. But we do it all the time. We do it even more in a lot of ways this time of year. And what is possible beyond that? And there's a couple areas that I'd like to play with today. So one is with food and our bodies, and the other is with business and creation. So we'll just sort of play. I used to have a radio show used to have like segments. So we could do that, but we don't have that anymore. So we'll just make them up. So let's talk about bodies, okay? This time of year is a time of year where we have a lot of food, a lot of parties, a lot of festivities, a lot of, like we had this Thanksgiving dinner here last night, and it was so much food. It was, and I am not a huge fan of Thanksgiving. I don't like big meals, like big heavy meals. My body's not so interested in that. It was this whole counter here, this entire counter was covered with food. And, people get excited and they make their dishes and everybody brings what they love, and, it's just this huge feast, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, and people enjoy it and all that. But what happens to your body in those moments, because our bodies don't actually desire to eat a lot of food a lot of the times. And our bodies are actually, like, our bodies thrive on so many things other than food. They thrive on energy. They thrive on nourishment, like nourishment from being, nourishment from the earth, nourishment from water, nourishment from sunlight, nourishment from movement, from different energies. Like, they thrive on so many things other than the food that we put into our bodies. But when we get around lots of people and we get into holiday mode, it's like, well, it's all about eating, it's all about eating, and people do this thing. The stereotypical cadence of this reality is, I'm gonna I'm gonna, as soon as the holidays start, I'm gonna forget about my body. I'm not gonna pay attention to it. And then in January, I'll just join a gym and I'll work out. I'll go on a diet. And we all know how that goes. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't even know if people do that anymore. It's sort of, a joke at this point that it even would work. But what if you could actually turn up the honoring of your body this time of year? What if you could turn up the attention that you pay to your body when it comes to what it is that you're doing with it, what it is that you're putting in it, how stressed out you're letting your body get over different, holiday shopping and whatever. It's like, what if this time of year was actually, what if it was about turning up the presence with your body and going, you know what? If I don't actually choose something different here, I'm going to slip in to that stereotypical cadence of the holidays and how we are supposed to be with our bodies. I'm going to slip into that unconsciously, and next thing I know, I'm going to be stuffing my face and not feeling so good, So what is possible beyond that? Well, presence is what's possible beyond that, guys. I mean, and this really applies to everything. I'm doing at the end of December, we always, for many years, I don't even know, 5-6 years or so, I have been doing, and I'm doing again this year, a 5 days of creation call. A lot of people have been on it, love it. It's a really fun thing. So what we do is between Christmas and New Year's, so starting on December 26th for 5 days, we do 5 days of creation. And literally it's a Zoom call every day for 5 days in a row. Boom, 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 boom. And we create like crazy, which is for me such a fun way to be not in the stereotypical cadence of the holidays where it's about checking out and overeating and slumbering and all that stuff, but it's actually about staying engaged. And the topic of this one is about presence. So it's called the gift of presence, 5 days of creation. And if you're on my list, you'll get an email about it, but it's on my website, heathernichols.com, if you want to play. But it's really fun. And that was one of the choices I made years ago to not be in the stereotypical cadence of, good Lord, that week between Christmas and New Year's is fucking boring. I was like, I'm not interested in going to sleep right now. I'm not interested in my business going to sleep or in creation going to sleep. Like, I'm actually interested in creating dynamically. And so I was like, in case there are other people who are as well, I'll offer this thing and see what we do. And it turns out there's lots of people interested in it. And we just have so much fun every year. So, but the whole topic of those calls is about presence, because presence it's really the antidote to everything, guys. If you're not willing to be present with your body, you're going to fall into the stereotypical cadence of this reality when it comes to bodies and eating. The stereotypical cadence of the holidays. You're going to fall into that if you're not willing to be present with your body, if you're not willing to be present with you, if you're not willing to be present with creation. You will slip in to the stereotypical cadence of, this is how it's supposed to be. Eat, stuff, ignore, all that stuff. But when you are willing to be present with your body, and you're willing to be present with yourself, and you're willing to be present with what's going on, you can create a different reality, and you can make different choices. So be aware of what choices you make. Turn up your presence with yourself this time of year. Turn up your presence with your body, and allow your body to show you what it desires and requires. Allow your body to show you what it enjoys. Allow your body to show you what is fun for it. Allow your body to show you what would create orgasmic living, what would create you having holidays that work for you, you having, this is like a whole... to me, it's like the holiday season, at least in the United States, it's a good 6 weeks, This year it's a little shorter, but it's a good 6 weeks between, just before Thanksgiving to after New Year's. It's like the world kind of goes to sleep a lot of the time. And I would say that's less so than it used to be. But still, it's like, what are you gonna create? What are you gonna create? And this is where you have to have your own back and be willing to have such a degree of intimacy with you and presence with you, and be with yourself, and be with your body, and be in the question of, hey, body, what do you desire? And be willing to be. I mean, like last night at the Thanksgiving table, I had they ran out of plates, which was actually perfect, because I'm like, well, I like plates that are this big. And so I grabbed a little teeny plate, and I put like a couple little bites on it. I put like a piece of turkey, a little bit of salad, and just a few bites, because that was all my body really desired. Our bodies don't really desire that much food, most of us guys, and so start to wonder about this for you too. Does your body actually desire and require as much food as you give it? Because for most of us, particularly humanoid bodies, your body doesn't actually require nearly as much food as we give them. Our bodies don't require as much food as we give them. The whole 3 meals a day thing is a bit of a lie and a joke, and it's not actually true for so many of us. But you have to be present and be with your body and be asking your body what actually works. So what if you could use food to create greater with your body? What if you could use food as a homeopathic to unlock the energy of your body? What if you could move your body and be present with your body and nurture your body even more so this time of year, and get out of that stereotypical cadence of this reality where everybody goes to sleep, the bodies go to sleep, the bodies get ignored, and actually begin to create something very different for you. Now, the thing about this is that you don't need anybody else to join you. You don't need other people to come along and, be like, yes, yay, let's do it. I mean, it can be fun, Right now we're doing this Eating for Space group that has been so amazing, where we're actually looking every day at, okay, so what is your relationship with food? And, are you feeding your body more than it desires? And what if you could actually use food to create more space in your body? So it can be cool to have people exploring that with you, but it's really about your willingness to be different and your willingness to be present with what is required and what your body desires, and to give that to your body and to not have judgment of the choices that you make. When you are in judgment of the choices that you are making about food and about all this stuff. So even if you're like, I just gorged and oh God, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. And I've been saying this a lot in this Eating for Space class. It's like, what if the thing that you guys actually chose the most in this 30 days was to actually go beyond judgment? To get out of judgment of you no matter what. And getting out of judgment of you is a choice. It is a choice right now, it's a choice right now, a choice right now, a choice right now, right now, right now, right now, right now. It is a continuous choice. And it is one that, it just requires presence to go, you know what, I'm not going to judge myself in this 10 seconds. In the next 10 seconds, I can if I want to. I'm not going to judge the food that I'm eating. I'm not going to judge the choices that I'm making. And when you do that over time, it's like, talk about exponentializing creation and getting out of the stereotypical cadence of this reality. It's like, it's huge, because all of a sudden you're playing with your own world. You're playing with what's real and true for you. You're playing with your own reality and making it more substantial and more real and more available to you more and more all the time. Every 10-second increments of choice. That's one of the 10 keys to freedom. And it makes a huge difference with it's like the only way that you can change your future is to choose different right now. So at the end of the holiday season, how would you like to feel? How would you like your body to feel? Would you like your body to feel, as we say, lean, lithe, and lovely? What energy, space, and consciousness can my body and I be to be lean, lithe, and lovely with total ease? I love that question. And if that's what you would like, then what are you going to choose right now? Are you going to choose to be swept into the stereotypical cadence of this reality of holiday time? Or are you going to go, you know what, right now, I want to choose for me. I want to choose what works for me, and I'm going to be present with me and be curious about what's true for me and what works for me. Hello, Miss Harleen. And do that, And as we do, it's like every choice that you make that is an honoring of you it substantiates that reality, makes it more real and true and available for you, and more dynamic than just playing along, being like, yes, it's holiday time. All right, I'll see y'all in January because I'm going to check out now, So what is truly possible? What else is truly possible for you with the holidays and going beyond the stereotypical cadence of holiday dissociation and sleepy time, holiday sleepy time, that you don't think is possible, that if you would allow it, would actually is a totally different reality. And everything that is times a gazillion, we destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pop, pop, shirts, boys and beyonds. So, this is so good. I'm drinking it. I don't know. It's funny because on my cocktail chats, a lot of times I make the cocktail and then I'm just jibber jabbering and I don't drink. But this is really, truly one of my favorite. I probably will be making this in the summer too, even though it's a Thanksgiving deal. I don't care. That's my cadence, right? No. So what if you could be kind to your body, guys? What if you could really be kind to your body and be present and every day go, hey body, hi body. I know it's quite the time of year for bodies, but what could we choose today? What can I be with you, body, today that would create something different right away? What choices could I make today that would allow me to have a different future with my body right away? And be willing to choose it. Be willing to be like, you know what? I know there's a huge feast here. I know you're all eating tons and tons, but you know what? I'm good. I'm not hungry. I don't need to eat. Only one problem with my cocktail. It tastes like 4 more. I know. It's really unfair because I'm a lightweight and I make really good cocktails. And that is a bad combination. When you make really good first of all, having cocktails elsewhere, what somebody else makes, is really kind of tricky because most cocktails in the world are not as good as mine. I just have to say that. I don't do stereotypical cadence with cocktail, with mixology. Most of them are not as good as mine. I love going to places that out-create me times a godzillion, because there are a lot of mixologists out there, and there's a lot of really cool bars that do a lot of craft cocktails that are way, way better than mine. And then there's the stereotypical cadence of cocktail making, and I get very disappointed, I have to say. I'll go to a bar and I'll scope it out. If they don't have a very creative menu, I will start making cocktails in my head with the ingredients that they have, and you better believe that I'll ask them to make them for me. I'll be like, could you do a shot of this and a half a shot of that and some lime and could you? And the bartenders, sometimes they're not very happy about it. Sometimes they are. Whatever. Don't drink, don't drink shitty cocktails. That's when I just made up a new hashtag. Don't drink shitty cocktails. Don't do it, people. When you can drink good stuff. Don't drink shitty stuff. And don't drink shitty alcohol either. Don't drink cheap alcohol. That's a bad thing. Because cheap alcohol, not only does it not taste good, but you will feel like shit the next day. I'm telling you, you drink really, really high quality alcohol, you're not going to be hungover. I'm just saying. Alan, don't drink shitty cocktails. See, exactly. We have a new hashtag. Thanks, guys. Don't drink shitty cocktails. Cocktail chats. So let's talk about creation, which is not a separate conversation from the body, because we're actually creating our bodies all day long, every day. How can I kick it up a notch? I love it. So creation, because this time of year, it's like, well, let's put our businesses to sleep. And, you know, a lot of people's money flows sort of tank in the month of December. It depends on what you do. I mean, if you sell Christmas presents, then you don't, you know, but this actually, for me, years ago, that used to be a reality where I would be like, ooh, man, I got to brace for December because nobody takes classes in December. And luckily I changed that point of view. Now, that right there is one of the greatest ways to go beyond the stereotypical cadence of this reality, is to actually not take on the same point of view as everybody else, you know? So I for a while, I really did have this point of view that, oh my God, December is like a horrible month when you're an access facilitator. And this was a long time ago, because I really chose to change it. And December, like the holiday time, is actually really, I mean, it's been great. It's been kind of, I don't know, not massively fluctuating for me. I've had some of my best months in the holiday time too. But it used to be that it was like, whoa, December is barren land, you know, in my business. And because nobody's taking classes and nobody wants to come to classes and blah, 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 blah. Everybody's all busy. But that was my point of view. Okay, here's the deal, guys. Your point of view creates your reality more dynamically than you know, more dynamically than I know. This is one of those things where I keep having more awareness about this all the time. And I'm like, oh, dang, man. Holy crap, you know. My point of view really does create my reality. And guess what? You actually get to have a choice as to what your point of view is. You can also have no point of view, but you could also just choose the point of view that's going to work for you, you know? And so that's what I started to do. Is this time of year, I was like, you know what? No, that is not my reality. My reality does not include shitty months in my business. Any month of the year. No, that is not my reality. So guess what I did? I started asking questions, which is one of the primary things that you can do to innovate and create and have greater awareness of what else you can be doing. I started asking questions, and I started asking for, hey, what can I do to outcreate this? And how can I change this point of view? And what else can I be? And blah, blah, blah. And how can I use this to my advantage, you know? And so one of the things is that 5 days of creation I was talking about at the end of December, I was like, well, surely there's other people that are fucking bored this time of year too. Let's all get together. Like, I'll host a party. I'll host a creation party, you know? And that has been one of my most fun, celebrated, like, people look forward all year to that telecall. It's like, it's 5 days of creation time, you know? And get so excited about it because it's this like super boomy of creation where we're like, you know, we turn up the pace, we turn up the volume on creation, and it's been so fun. So that was one place where I went, okay, probably there's some other people that are bored during this time of year too. So let's all, you know, I'm going to create something where we can come together and play. So that was one example of something that I've done. Or I'm doing, this is my third year in a row doing a class over New Year's. So I've done foundation classes the past 2 years. This year I'm doing a 2-day X-Men class, which is my first 2-day X-Men class. I'm so excited. So you're welcome to join me. If you'd like to actually drink some of my cocktails, you can come live in Boulder to my cozy, beautiful home and have X-Men 2-day class and cocktails and Christmas tree and fire and yumminess and New Year's party. We're going to celebrate New Year's. It's on the 30th and 31st of December. And you can also live stream it. So you can join us virtually. Happy to share the recipes with you, but you won't be able to actually imbibe. So, you know, if you want to sip the cocktails, you have to be there live. So that's happening December 30th and 31st. So stuff like that, where I'm like, okay, let's get all the weirdos together for New Year's. Who wants to come to a New Year's party at my house? Let's go, you know? So using these things to actually out-create the stereotypical cadence of creation, of business, of the slowdown, of blah, 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 where everybody goes, you know, what can you do? What can you be to out-create it? Do something different. Be the difference that you be, because as you be that and you show up in the world, oh my God, do people dynamically respond. You know, you want to turn up your money flows and your income and the activity in your business and the people coming and playing with you. Fucking show up as you. You know, show up and do what's fun for you. And that's the thing for me, is like all of these creations, all of my creations, I don't ever need anybody to come and play. I don't ever need to be validated by somebody's choice to come and play. It's not about that. It's like, fuck man, I'm having a party. I'm having a creation party for 5 days. I'm having an X-Men party. I'm having a party. Who would like to come and play? Let's do something different. Let's be something different. And this part of this, guys, is also being the leader of your own life and the leader of your own reality, which is not stereotypical. It's going beyond the stereotypical cadence of things and into this world where you get to choose. You get to choose the point of view that works for you. You get to choose the reality that works for you. You get to choose the business that works for you and the money flows that work for you. You get to choose it and go, this is what I'm having. And if you'd like to come play, great. And if not, totally cool. But this is what I'm having. This is what I'm creating. And if you're willing to be that with you, and you're willing to create that, and you're willing to choose, okay, whatever. So there's holidays happening. Cool. You know, and you can participate in them however you would like to. Because you can also use this time of year to express gratitude to the people that you adore, you know. Give gifts to the people that you adore. Whatever they may be. They may not be material gifts. Maybe they're just, you know, gifts of a note or a, you know, piece of art that you created or a, you know, whatever. It can be anything. But expressing gratitude to the people in your life and the people that you adore, and expressing gratitude to you, and being willing to have your own back and go, you know what? Because for me, I was like, I mean, this comes from years of, you know, I mean, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years ago, where I was just like, this is a bummer. Like, my business slows down. There's no creation. I'm super bored. And then, you know, I'm like eating crap that I don't normally eat and I don't like to. My body doesn't enjoy eating. And then come January, I feel like shit. You know, I mean, that's what happens. A lot of people come January, they're like, my body feels like crap. I feel unhealthy. I feel weighed down. I feel heavy and solid. My money flows have tanked. I've put myself into debt this time of year. It's this like hugely destructive thing that a lot of people do. And you may not do that. And if you don't, fucking awesome. How can you turn it up? But it is this hugely destructive time of year in such a weird way. That's not festive. That's the stereotypical cadence of the holidays. What's unstereotypically festive is you going, all right, so I'm going to acknowledge that the whole world is doing this, and that is the dominant energy right now. And I'm going to do something different. And it's not about being in resistance and reaction to it. It's not about fighting against it. It's just going, I'd like to do something different. So what could that be? What could that be? What could you create that would be so much fun for you this time of year? How could you turn up creation? I actually know, I look forward to this time of year. I mean, and I'm, you know, I'm home. I travel usually a lot. And this time of year, I tend to be home more. for the past couple of years, and this year I planned specifically and intentionally to be home for about 2 months, which is a long time for me. And I'm in Seattle right now, which is home as well as Boulder. But I, for the most part, I'm home between my two homes. And for me, it was like creation time, creation mode on, and really getting into this play, the play of creation and how, like, oh shit, man, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to create a new business. I'm going to create a new website. Like, there's a space right now. There's a silence right now that is occurring on the earth, at least in the north, where we're wintry areas. It's more silent. It's more, and this is a great time to actually do the creative yumminess that we like to do, So how can you turn it up right now? Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Ask for more money than you've ever asked for. Create more with your business than you've ever created. And here's a little side note that is just such a key piece of information, I think, for a lot of people, and that is that money follows creation. So if you slow down what it is that you're creating, if you slow down with creation, like the cadence of creation that you slow it down, your money will slow down. Money follows creation. It doesn't matter what you're creating. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have a linear relationship. It's not about, well, I create this and this creates money. No, the energy of creation in your life is what actually brings money in. So you create all over, all different areas, all different things, all different projects, here, there, this, that. It could be cooking, it could be painting, it could be with your business, it could be creation. Money just comes. It doesn't matter what you're creating. It doesn't matter how you're creating it. Money just comes. So when you slow down creation, you slow down your money flows. You create a future where your money flows are going to be slower. It may not always be immediate, but eventually your money flows will slow. So how do you change it? You know what the coolest thing is you change your money flows by just creating. Create a lot more. Be happier. Have more fun. Now, the stereotypical cadence of this reality with holidays is not actually about joy, even though all the Christmas cards say joy and peace and love and all that stuff. That's not actually most people's reality. So are you willing to be the weirdo at the Christmas party who's like, I'm so happy, I'm creating, and I've got so much going on in my business, and I'm going to have to leave because I'm so busy, and I don't need to eat, and I'm just having so much fun because, are you willing to be the weirdo who's like, yeah, no, that's not how I do things. No, that's not my reality, And it's not, again, about resisting and reacting to or making any of it wrong, but it's actually just about going, this is what works for me. I don't need to resist and react to the stereotypical cadence of this reality when it comes to holidays. I don't need to resist and react to the people around me, but I can actually also choose for me what works for me. What works for me. So what works for you, actually? Truly, if you didn't have any judgments of you, really you didn't have any judgments of you, what works for you? What works for your body? What works for your business and your money flows? What works for you? And would you be willing to choose that? Would you be willing to have so much courage as to choose that? No matter what goes on around you. No matter what goes on around you. No matter. Would you be willing to choose truly what makes you happy? What is dynamic creation for you? What is fun for you? Even if you were like, I have no idea how this is going to create money for me, but fuck it. And that's where we step into these chaotic spaces of creation where everything changes. Everything changes. You have the choice available to you to change everything and to have the freedom to choose whatever the fuck is gonna work for you if you dare. And you just have to be willing to be different. That's it, guys. Just be willing to be different. That's it. So, lots to chew on, literally and figuratively. I've mentioned some of the things that we have going right now. Everything is on my website, heathernichols.com, if you would like more. The 5 Days of Creation, December 26th through 31. That is so much fucking fun. I can't even tell you. We have a Facebook group. We have a Zoom call every day for 5 days in a row. This year is about the gift of presence. We have the X-Men 2-day class, Disabilities or Abilities, which is I think that's the name of the class. I'm like, is that the full name? I never remember all the details of these things, but I think it's called Disabilities or Abilities. That's going to be live and online December 30th and 31st in my home in Boulder. The cocktails will be flowing. We will be having a New Year's Eve party that night, so it's going to be fun. And also a couple other things. One thing I want to tell you guys, I'm so excited about. There's two things, actually. One is there's a big gifting extravaganza that I have going on starting on December 10th. We're doing the 12 days of Christmas because why not? I just thought it would be fun. This year has been so amazing, 2019. And we've had so many incredible conversations in my classes and things like that. And I'd like to share some of it with the world. So we are doing 12 days of Christmas. We're just launching this right now. Nobody knows about this until right now. You're the first to hear. 12 days of Christmas, which is basically a gift from me every day. It might be a recording, it might be an energy pull, it might be a snippet of a class or a call or something from this past year. Every single day will be delivered to your inbox for free. And from the 10th of December to the 21st of December. I'm so excited about this. My team and I have been having a lot of fun putting it together. You can go to heathernichols.com/12-days. I just realized right now I forgot to create the short link for it, which is just 12 days, 12 days. I will do that as soon as I get off here. So 12 days. But right now it's 12-days. And you can sign up there if you would like to receive gifts, prezzies from me every day. And then we're also going to have some really fun stuff on sale. Oh, thank you, Michelle. I didn't know you were on. Thank you so much. So the link is down there in the comments. Michelle just put it down there. heathernichols.com/12-days. Free yumminess, 12 days of gifting. And there's going to be specials on all kinds of stuff. Probably some sessions and classes coming up and past stuff and all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm really excited for that play, and please come and join us if you would like to. And then one other thing, because, I said I like to create a lot this time of year, so I'm creating a lot this time of year. We have also, starting on December 18th, a program called Body Show Me. Body Show Me is an 8-week deep dive immersion into really dynamic change and intimacy with your body. And it includes the Eating for Space program, which is going on right now. If you're in it or you're interested in that, it includes it. And it is limited to 12 people. It's an intensive, it's 8 weeks, 8 calls with me, 3 private sessions, really diving into what is it to actually create your body every day. You create your body every day. And do you want to do that do you want to do that consciously, or do you want to do that from the stereotypical cadence of this reality? Body processes, Daria, I'm not sure what you're asking. But body processes are hands-on. So I don't know, not sure. But Body Show Me is, we've done it once before. It was massively transformational for people and their bodies. It was a huge class for the people that were in it. We did it in the spring, and I'm doing it again. It's time. This is a great time of year to dive into a deeply intimate conversation with your body. So it's limited to 12 people. There's still space. It's heathernichols.com/bodyshow me. You can also find that on my website as well. Some really cool conversations of our bodies, like truly showing us what they know about creation and money and play and joy and orgasmic living and food and being alive and how to create our bodies from space and choice and joy. Our bodies are brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant. So that's going on starting December 18th, and you are invited. And the first 12 people that sign up are the 12 people that get to play. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Please do sign up for the 12 days of Christmas. That is my gift to all of you. It's going to be holy fuck, holy fuck, holy fuck. Like beautiful bombs of consciousness dropped in your inbox every day for 12 days. So if you enjoy, what I'm putting out into the world, take part in that. Receive. Please do receive and enjoy. And I adore you all. Thank you so much for being here. Cheers. Happy unstereotypically festive holidays. Please create what works for you this time of year. It's not about anybody else. It's not about what they expect of you, desire of you, want of you. It's about what you can create with your life living reality, with your body and in the world, that is going to create something different, a different future for you and for the world. And that is far more exciting and fun and engaging and enlivening than doing the Christmas checkout routine. So what can we all create this time of year? What can we all create that would allow us to explode into 2020 with so much joy, so much ease, so much creation, and so much orgasmic living? Please bring it on, and I adore you all. Thank you so much for you, and hope to see you somewhere online or in person soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for joining us for yet another epic conversation. I hope you have a most phenomenal week, and I look forward to being with you again next time. To stay in the loop for future shows, make sure you like and follow our Creating Beyond Reality Facebook page, as well as sign up for our newsletter at heathernichols.com/podcast. See you next time.